Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back, it's Jordan here. Today we're going to continue working on the Lego City countryside. I already got this guy hard at it. He's doing some vacuuming. And Mrs. Brixie's already putting 2x2 bricks together in towers of 7. There you go. You see the big bag of bricks I bought? Pretty crazy. Hey, I forgot to weigh it. It's pretty heavy though. It's perfect because we need all these for the countryside project. Yeah, I was talking about it just yesterday. I wasn't sure if we should work on the zoo or the landscaping in front of the zoo, the train yard, or the countryside, which all sort of ties together, but we may as well continue working over here because we have the bricks to raise up all these plates. So I think that's the first thing we're going to take care of today, is just raising up all these so they're at the same height as these plates over here. So it's literally just stacks of 7 1x2s or 2x2s. I think it's 7, might even be 8. But then we can raise up this whole area so it's at the same height over here. I just think that makes sense. We may as well get that done here at the beginning of our day. So we're saving the more exciting tasks for later on in our day because, as you can imagine, that's rather repetitive, but it's got to get done. Oh yeah, this is the old plate that sat in front of the A-frame cabin. So there used to be a pond there and then a bridge going over top of the little creek. But now the creek has sort of turned into a river, the pond is gone, and we've got this angled bridge. So yeah, I think that's a pretty cool upgrade. But since that's all taken care of, we may as well take care of these plates as well. You know, this is all part of the process, but I can't say it's the funnest part of the process. That's building these giant mill splits. Thankfully, Mrs. Brixie's here. She's helping out, so thank you so much for that. I'm excited about raising these up. I think it's necessary. I think it's part of the process. Of course, eventually there's going to be more depth built into a lot of these plates. But for example, if I wanted to do a 32x16 segment of depth or more height, you can build it up off the plate, or you can build it into the plate by simply removing 2 16x16 plates and removing a bunch of the underlying brickwork to give it like a sinkhole or something like that. But for now, I want to get these built and I want to place them in the city, and then we can start laying out where things are actually going to go. But there you go. It's a pretty exciting process of building massive mill slates. These ones are 8 bricks up off the base plate. Now this entire area is raised up. Well, not right here. This is just like your standard mill's plate height. Then we go up where we have Winnie the Pooh, the treehouse, and also Snow White and the 7 Dwarves. And under there is a wood platform. But then once we get past that area, we transition into all Lego, so it's all Lego built underneath the A-frame cabin, and that's how I was able to get this depth in here, and eventually we'll get the depth built into all of these plates. I was really contemplating on what to do. Should we go wood? Should we go Lego? But the Lego just lets us do really cool things with depth, so I think that was definitely the right choice, although it does consume a lot more pieces, as you saw there. And this road, it gradually goes up as well until we hit the bridge. And then once you're across the bridge, we're at 8 bricks of height. And this whole area over here is going to be 8 bricks of height, which is awesome. Now, unfortunately, as I've mentioned in other videos, I don't have any more of the 16x16 plates, and I really don't want to do 8 bricks of height using 4x4s because the amount of parts that you would have to use for the underlying brick is just like completely absurd. So in my opinion, it's not even an option. So Mrs. Bricksie, you can see she's up there. She's doing some computer work right now. And that computer work involves placing double points orders. And she's placing orders to get every single 16x16 plate that we need for this city. So when those arrive, this entire city will officially be mill splated. Approximately 1 year after getting the studio, we will finally have the entire surface mill splated. If you think about how many 16x16 plates that is, it's ridiculous. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 48x48 base plates right there. There's 9 16x16s per 48x48 base plates. That's 90. Then we need to fill in another 4 base plates right there, plus those 4. So that's another 24. And then all of the stuff over here, that's going to be filled in as well. Right here, this is all going to be mills plated on the raised platform. Also, right over there, up against the other raised platform, we're going to mills plate that. Then the largest section, which needs 16 by 16s, is actually right up here, where our mountain is going to go, and we can't build a mountain without it being mills plated, because you need a solid foundation for the mountain structure. So all of these green base plates, and then all those blue base plates over there, just underneath those temples. So we're ordering enough 16 by 16 plates to mills plate all of that, and once that's done, then the entire Lego City surface will be mills plated. So we're doing that today. It is a little bit ridiculous. It is around, I think, 350 16 by 16 plates. It's ridiculous, but it has to get done, in my opinion. We've got to get the surface going so that we can continue working on these areas, and we may as well do it during double points. So that's what we're doing today. So after placing those, we worked out all the math on what colors we wanted to get, like green, white, and dark gray, and how many of each we needed to order. So Mrs. Brixie's taking care of that. And I'm going to continue working down here. I think what we're going to do is lay the foundation for the gravel road, because the gravel road is going to go, after passing through this bridge, it's going to go on top of the green plates, like an angle heading toward the tunnel entrance, which is right there, bringing us down underneath the mountains and toward the other side, popping out underneath Ninjago. But there's going to be another bridge going over top of that train track. So we have all this exposed colorful brick on the other side all the way along. So that's going to have to be blended in using green brick, gray brick, whatever it may be, cliff edges, hills, whatever it is, right? And also I want to work on this river here. I've mentioned before that I don't like the way that this is turning, such a harsh right angle. I think it meanders quite nicely through here, quite natural, but I think that one right angle there sort of bothers me. So I've got to like blow up this stuff. So I'm going to like rip out some of this stuff and rip out some of these plates. See what I mean though? We have the foundation built. Now we can remove said plates here. We can remove the work that we just worked so hard on, but eventually we'll just transfer this or these parts over here and reuse them. And then I can start to navigate this river through here and off the table, passing through the subway, or like the under table seam. I think it'd be pretty cool if it like eventually came off the table and it was like part of the scene down here and like right to the floor. That was a suggestion in the comment section. I think it's super cool, but I want to start laying the base foundation for some of this essential like foundation style stuff, rivers and roads. I think those are some of the first things that you need to build when you're building a countryside. So let's get the plan going for that. And then eventually those orders are going to show up so we can get this all mills plated as well and get the plans going for everything, which I think is awesome. So I already went ahead and ripped apart that rock work there, and now I'm starting to lay the black plate for the river, and I think this curve is going to be a lot better, and then it's going to go at an angle and go off the table. I think that's just going to be so much better. So I've got that black plate laid. What I'm going to have to do after I get that laid is actually go through and add some colorful plate on either side of it, because whenever I build the rock work, I want it to be at the same height as the river so those slopes don't get buried by the water tiles. So I'll have to do that later. But right now, I'm just laying these black plates. I want to get the base foundation for the river built. And then once I get the base layout done here, like standing in the Lego City, I can bring these plates up, I can lay them out on my desk, and I can start adding all of the details and working on the rock work. It's going to be a little bit easier to work on at my build table because that's where all the parts are. But I like to do things both in the Lego City and also on the build table because it's easier to visualize where these things should go when you're standing down here, and it's easier to work on the actual details and construction of it up at the build table where all the parts are. But what do you know, we're actually switching here. I am not doing that creek right now. We are going to do the foundation for the gravel road, which of course is going to be reddish brown. Now I could just slap those reddish brown plates down onto the 16 by 16 green plates, but I want to raise it up one additional plate, so I'm using like a mills plate technique here. And I'm just laying 1x2 and 2x2 plates underneath the reddish brown, and that raises it up, and that's going to give us a little bit more of a shoulder on this road. Now this road is going to be a little bit different. Like I was mentioning, I don't want to embed it into the plates. I want it to be elevated, like so it has a shoulder, which is pretty cool. I think it's going to be a little bit different than the other road. Well, I know it will be for a fact. And I think that's good because I like having different build styles within the Lego City. So it comes straight off the bridge there, and then it's going to hang a left, and then there's a little bit of a straightaway there, and then it's going to hang a right, and it's going to go over another bridge, which will go over the train track and then down into the tunnel. Now the straightaway is pretty straight, but of course we can shape these roads with wedge plates just like I've done in other areas of the countryside, and I still have to do that to a bunch of the other parts of the gravel road. But I like building in layers, and I think you've got to do it that way. There's going to be other things that we're going to do to this to give it more detail, such as adding thousands of parts to all those open reddish brown studs. We're going to transform that with light gray, dark gray, tan, whatever it may be, just like I did in the other sections of gravel road. It just takes a tremendous amount of pieces, and I like building in layers, and this is just the base foundation for this here. The next thing we're going to do is go around and just frame the gravel road using some 2x and 1x green plate, and that's going to hide those turquoise 1x2s that I was using to mills plate it, but it's also going to ensure that the gravel road remains one plate higher than the surrounding plate, so we still have that shoulder effect. See, Mrs. Brixie's already going around there with the green plate. Maybe I could have built this up one brick, but I think that would be a little bit too tall. Like that shoulder would be pretty high at one plate, right, Tico? Yeah, buddy. So yeah, I think that's going to work, and then we're just going to make it colorful. Oh, sorry, we're going to get rid of the colorful stuff around the edge with the green plate. And if there's certain areas where we want to widen this road, we can do that too. Because once we have this plate laid down, we could put like a 1x reddish brown there, and we could start to give it a unique shape. And then of course we can use those wedge plates. So that's going to work. So how many 16x16s did you order?
I think 378.
What?
Something like that.
Oh my gosh, 378. You're crazy.
There may
You're out
have
of
been
control.
there may have been some like unauthorized purchase on there too.
Ooh, nice. I'm excited to see those. Good job. At least we'll be able to mills plate the entire city now, so that's pretty awesome. So how you feeling? We got back from the cruise a couple days ago now. It's hard, hey?
It is hard.
It's hard. When you come back from vacation.
It's hard going back to reality.
Yeah, coming back to reality, coming back to regular life, you know. You get like, it's like Disney depression is what they call it, right? Don't they? Like
yeah, but we didn't go to Disney, so thanks for reminding me and
okay.
making me a little more depressed.
Whoa. Yeah, we were right by Disneyland and we didn't go. It would have been swift to swoop in there for at least a day or half day or something like that, but all good. Okay, so I think this is looking good. I hope I got the entrance point correct and the exit point correct. Otherwise, we're going to have to redo a bunch of work, and I don't want to redo a bunch of work in reddish brown because this happens. Ah. There we go. That makes it look even better. Sweet. Maybe I should have done raised roads throughout the entire countryside. I'm going to rip it all apart. No, I'm just kidding. I won't be doing that. But I do want to place this to make sure that this lines up with the bridge and that lines up with the tunnel, because that would be scary if it didn't. I'm excited. Just that adds a nice pop of color, doesn't it? Big time. So we got our big bin of colorful plate here. Just needs to be sorted by color. But we're going to go through and grab all these random ones that we have no use for and make them useful by putting them on the side of our black plate, just like we did here, because that raises up the rock work to be at the same height of the mills, so then when we come up to the mills plate, it's flush. And then you can blend it on top with wedge plates or whatever it may be. And also, when we put the slope down, the slope isn't buried like by the water top. You know what I mean? Yeah. We also changed this up a little bit here, so it's not just one continuous angle, so there is a straight spot there. And that's going to allow us to use 16 by 16s in this corner and in this corner. Another reason why I want to work on this upstairs today is because pressing on it on the table upstairs would be a little easier. Okay, a beauty sent me this in fan mail. And I haven't used it very often because, I don't know, I just don't think of it for some reason. I'm so used to pressing plates down with my hands. But look at this. This red plate right here. It's just like, it's done. It's not damaging the Lego, I don't think. I've actually seen them use these in Lego Masters. So, look at this. 4x6. Time to meet your maker. Hey, make a whole lot of noise though. That's for sure. Don't worry about me, I'm just hammering Lego. Cool. Yeah, that was perfect. Watch your fingers. Okay, we know it looks a little bit strange right now, and it doesn't look like the other sections of the river or the other sections of the gravel road. But this is just part of the process. I'm happy that that road lined up with the bridge and the soon-to-be tunnel, which goes underneath the mountain. And I think the outcome of this river will be spectacular as well. I like that angle there. We've got some straights, some angles, a lot of color, but that's just the base construction. Look at that. So some pretty good progress made today. I think the raised up plates are good. We got more plates on the way so we can finish mills plating the entire city. So that's a huge accomplishment. Thank goodness for double points and the river. So we'll just continue working on this. We've got to go through here, build up all this rock work. We're not going to be able to use a whole lot of the rectangular rocks in this particular case because it's angled. So this will most likely have to be all brick built up. And then we've got a lower section here, so we can change it up rather than being a vertical rock face. This can be like a slight grade up, going up to this height here. And then this can also be lowered down as well. So it's almost like a flat spot that goes up, just to change up the terrain a little bit. And then this side could also be more gradual going up toward that. So look at that, we didn't need to order all the 16 by 16 plates. Oh no, we ordered too many plates for this area. Don't worry, we need more 16 by 16 plates for the medieval area. So we can never order too many of those. It's all good. But look at that, Jose, we don't need 16 by 16s for this area, not as many. So you save 9 per plate, but it's all good. We have other uses for them, but look at that, there we go. It looks colorful, it looks weird, but that's day one of continuing to work on the countryside. We hope you enjoyed it, everybody. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff coming out in the near future, and have yourselves a great day. Bye for now.